Good day, everyone. Let me begin with one of the most iconic lines in hip-hop history. "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman," by Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, master of the double entendre, kingpin of the ink pen. Now at first glance, that might sound like a clever play on words. And it is. But look again. In that one line, Jay-Z captures a truth that many of us in this room are already aware of, but we struggle to convince the boardroom of, which is the same thing that Dale Heffer said in an interview with One Africa this June. And that is that marketing isn't just part of the business, marketing is the business. And here's why this message speaks to me and my generation, your target market. From a young age, I always wanted to turn my ideas into more than just expression. I wanted to become enterprise. Music, fashion, producing, film, those were always my passions. But what really drives me is the challenge of finding those new paths, seeing connections where most don't, and pushing creativity to the edge of what's possible. Jay-Z embodies that mindset. He didn't just rap about culture, he owned it, shaped it, and sold it back to the world. Jay-Z didn't wait for someone to write the marketing plan for him, he was the plan. Before his name was on the Forbes list, he was already building equity through attention, culture, brand association. He would cleverly name drop the names of luxury brands in his lyrics before he had any stake in them. He made Armadale vodka sound like the drink of kings. And let's be honest, it was average at best. But with the right lyrics, the right lifestyle, and the right image, it didn't matter. The perception became the reality. And perception, friends, is the domain of marketing. Later on, Jay-Z would partner with Samsung, Reebok, Armand de Brigny, and Puma. And each time, it wasn't just endorsement, it was ownership. Influence became equity, and culture became capital. He wasn't just knocking on the doors of business anymore. He designed his own frame, built his own door, and walked right through it. Let's pause for a moment. In most traditional businesses, marketing is still seen as the final step. We've built the product. Now, let's go out there and promote it. But let me ask you this. What's a product without demand? What's a service without a story? What's a brand without meaning? Marketing isn't just the tail end of business, it's the spine. It informs product development, it drives consumer behavior, and it shapes perception. And perception shapes revenue. Let's take film studios, for example. They regularly allocate 30 to 45% of their total production budget to marketing. Why? Because you can have A-list actors, you can have Oscar award-winning directors, and an airtight script. But if no one hears it, no one sees it. No eyeballs, no box office. No box office, no ROI. Marketing isn't an accessory to success, it's the engine. Let's return to Rockaware. 3 young men from New York with zero fashion experience launched the clothing label in the late 90s. That brand went on to be sold in over 25 countries and would often appear on the same runway as the likes of Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein. How, you may ask? They didn't out-design their competitors. They out-marketed them. Enter Dame Dash. One of the most underrated marketing minds in modern culture understood something critical. People don't buy products, they buy identity. They buy aspiration. Rockaware wasn't just clothing, it was access to a lifestyle people wanted to belong to. Rockefeller artists would cleverly name drop Rockaware and their other sister brands in their lyrics. So those high-end exclusive parties in Paris, London, and New York weren't just celebrities and sports figures meeting in lush places with music in the background. No, they were platforms for showcasing artistry, film, lifestyle, liquor, all under one umbrella. And here's the masterstroke. Dame Dash shortened the decision-making process. He didn't wait for his consumers to ask, should I buy this? He made them feel like they already had. Marketing that good becomes automatic. That's not hype, that's strategy. Now you may be asking, or you may be saying, great story. And if you are, thank you. I'd like to give a shout out to Sarah Griffiths. She helped me edit this. But how does that apply to the world of high-stakes marketing in corporate South Africa here at home? Fair question. Let me bring it home. Whether you're selling insurance, education, fintech, or FMCG, your success will not be determined solely by the quality of your product. It will be determined by three things: how innately you understand your audience, how deeply you embed your brand into their lives, and how clearly you articulate why you matter. And that, my friends, is marketing. The difference between a business that is surviving and a business that is scaling often comes down to whether marketing is brought in at the end or baked in from the beginning. For me, that's where Jay-Z's story connects with my own. Like him, I believe that an idea is more than just that. It's strategy, it's ownership, it's understanding, it's business. I've always wanted to build ventures from the things I love, whether it's music, fashion, trading, to push them to the point where they intersect with tech, research, and marketing. My mission is to create products that bridge culture gaps, democratize access, and help people communicate with impact. In the same way Jay-Z turned lyrics into legacy, I see an idea as the raw material for building business that can change the game. So let's revisit the question. Is marketing business? Well, it's more than just that. Marketing is how business begins. Marketing is how business competes, and marketing is how business wins. So the next time someone calls marketing a soft skill, remind them that entire empires like Rockaway and Rockefeller were built on it. Remind them that Jay-Z went from rap to real estate, from lyrics to legacy, on the back of world-class brand building. And remind yourself, you're not just a marketer. You're a business, man.